Imagine for a moment that the deepest desires burning within your soul, the career success, the profound love, the sense of absolute peace, are not distant fantasies to be chased, but rather intimate memories of a life you are already living. This revolutionary paradigm shifts the foundation of manifestation from striving and hoping to simply recognizing and aligning. We are often taught that intense desire stems from intense lack, creating a painful gap between where you are and where you want to be. But what if that powerful yearning is actually a reliable navigational signal, proof that the desired outcome already exists, fully realized in the complex tapestry of parallel timelines? The intensity you feel is the energetic friction between your current physical reality and the far more vibrant, expansive reality your higher self is inhabiting right now. Your consciousness is perpetually vibrating, simultaneously connected to multiple coexisting versions of you. The purpose of this script is to decode this phenomenon, providing a quantum understanding of desire. We will explore how the universe has already delivered your manifestations, and how your primary task is not to create, but merely to choose and align with the timeline where everything you want is already your lived experience. This shift in perspective is transformative. When you realize that desire is evidence of proximity rather than proof of absence, the anxiety dissipates, replaced by profound certainty. You move from the frustrating frequency of needing to the abundant frequency of knowing. By the end of this deep dive, you will possess practical techniques to consciously merge your current reality with the timeline holding your completed desires, shifting your identity to the version of you who already possesses it all. Before we embark on this powerful journey into the quantum landscape of self, take a moment to ground yourself. Tell us in the comments what city you are tuning in from. Let's anchor this global community of conscious creators right here, right now. Remember to stay with us until the very end, as the alignment techniques we share are the key to unlocking this knowledge into physical reality. The concept of parallel timelines is no longer confined to theoretical physics. It is rapidly becoming a fundamental understanding of spiritual reality. At every given moment, your consciousness is interacting with an infinite number of potential lives. These are not just theoretical possibilities, they are fully actualized, energetically robust realities unfolding simultaneously. There is a timeline where you chose the difficult path and learned profound lessons, and equally, there is a timeline where you stepped effortlessly into massive abundance and recognized your true worth without hesitation. In these coexisting timelines, there is a version of you who already possesses the exact manifestation you are longing for today. This energetic version of you is not a future ghost. It is a current reality existing at a higher or parallel vibrational frequency. They are breathing the air of the fulfilled life, experiencing the joy of the achieved dream, and moving through the world with the confidence that comes from already having everything they desired. Your present self is constantly communicating with this higher, manifested self through subtle, often overlooked energetic signals. These energetic versions of yourself are not static. They are dynamically creating, learning, and expanding just as you are. The crucial takeaway is that the desired outcome is not waiting to be created by you. It is waiting to be experienced through you. Your current body acts as the tuning fork, and the frequency of your current emotional state determines which parallel reality you are primarily perceiving and interacting with. When your emotions dip into lack, you perceive a reality lacking your desire. When your emotions elevate to certainty, you perceive the timeline where it's already done. The profound intensity of your persistent desire is the strongest possible proof that this fulfilled timeline is extremely close, energetically speaking. The universe does not implant desires within you that are impossible to achieve. Every yearning is a promise already kept in another dimension. When that longing hits you with breathtaking force, it is the sound of that parallel reality calling out to you, a magnetic pull trying to guide you across the vibrational bridge. If this idea resonates with your deepest truth, and you are ready to master the ability to intentionally shift your reality, now is the time to commit to this journey. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and join our community dedicated to quantum consciousness and intentional manifestation. Understanding that your ideal life already exists removes the pressure of creation and replaces it with the joy of discovery. You are no longer trying to force something into existence from scratch. You are simply recalibrating your receiver to tune into the already active frequency of your most expansive self. This realization is the cornerstone of powerful, effortless manifestation. The distinction between creating and choosing timelines is critical. Creation implies effort, struggle, and time lag, reinforcing the belief in lack. Choosing implies immediate access, ease, and recognition of abundance. You are choosing to perceive the reality that is most aligned with your inherent spiritual truth, the truth that you are inherently worthy of all your desires. This energetic proximity explains why visualization often feels so real, sometimes bringing tears to your eyes or a physical flutter in your chest. That profound, visceral reaction is not imagination. It is the temporary merging of frequencies, a fleeting glimpse into the reality that your parallel self is currently enjoying. You are momentarily experiencing their lived reality through the channel of your inner focus. You are a multidimensional being navigating a landscape of infinite possibility. The most powerful act you can undertake is to consciously acknowledge the version of you who has it all and begin taking emotional and identity cues from them, rather than from the limitations of your current physical circumstance. When we experience intense desire, it is typically accompanied by a feeling of urgent need or even painful longing. We interpret this pain as evidence of a massive gap, a confirmation that the object of our desire is absent. However, from a higher vibrational perspective, this intense longing is not signaling an absence, it is signaling a memory. It is the energetic echo of the timeline where that outcome is already real, vibrating so close to your present experience that the resonance becomes palpable. This deep yearning is essentially homesickness for the version of reality you are meant to be experiencing. It is the energetic signature of the manifested outcome imprinted upon your soul. Your higher self, who resides outside linear time, is constantly aware of all existing realities, and it is using the powerful mechanism of desire to remind your current ego self of the bounty that is readily available. Think of it as déjà vu on a spiritual level. Déjà vu occurs when your current consciousness briefly overlaps with a memory or experience from a parallel self. Similarly, intense desire is a powerful form of energetic déjà vu, a moment where the vibration of the fulfilled timeline becomes so strong that it penetrates your current reality, causing an undeniable sense of familiarity and urgency. This recognition fundamentally shifts the narrative of manifestation. You are not striving for a future possibility. You are remembering a present reality. This memory is stored in your energetic body, accessible through deep feeling, and when you allow yourself to feel the joy and certainty of the outcome, you are tapping directly into the memory bank of your successful parallel self. If you can change your interpretation of the emotion, you change the outcome. Stop interpreting the intensity as "I need this and don't have it," and instead interpret it as this familiar intense feeling is proof that I already possess this experience elsewhere. I am simply feeling the resonance of my successful timeline." This single act transforms resistance into alignment. The universe speaks to us not through language, but through frequency and feeling. Desire is the universe's high-frequency language telling you, this already belongs to you. Just remember the feeling of having it, and you will merge into that reality. The more intensely you can feel the emotional signature of the desire as if it is already complete, the faster you are translating that memory into your physical present. The common error is to cling to the form of the desire, the specific house, the specific person, the specific bank account, which focuses on the lack of the form. The key is to focus on the feeling of the desire, the sense of security, freedom, or joy, which is the actual energetic currency of the parallel timeline. This feeling is the memory, and it is always available. Therefore, when desire strikes you with almost unbearable intensity, treat it not as a burden, but as a map. It is the energetic coordinates provided by your parallel self, guiding you through the quantum field. Follow the feeling of fulfillment inherent within the desire, and you will find the door to that version of reality already open. This powerful connection validates your spiritual intuition. That inner knowing that something is coming, even without physical evidence, is the steady signal from your successful timeline confirming its existence. Honor that inner knowing, for it is the memory of your future present. The quantum field, often referred to as the zero-point field or the field of pure potential, is the foundational fabric of reality. It is a non-local, infinite reservoir where every single potential reality, every choice, every outcome, every possible iteration of your life exists simultaneously, overlapping and coexisting in a state of pure energy and possibility. Nothing is missing from the quantum field. Every desire you have ever conceived is already mapped out within this energetic blueprint. This field does not operate on the limitations of linear time. In the quantum realm, past, present, and future are all occurring simultaneously. Therefore, the timeline where you are fulfilled, abundant, and joyous is not a distant goal. It is a present reality held within the infinite storage capacity of the quantum field, waiting for your consciousness to observe and collapse it into physical form. The process of manifestation, viewed through a quantum lens, is the act of consciousness, collapsing wave functions. Before observation, all potential realities exist as vibrating waves of probability. Your consciousness, driven by your focus and your dominant emotional state, acts as the powerful observer. When you align your inner state with the frequency of a specific outcome, you are effectively shining a powerful light on that specific timeline within the quantum field, causing its wave of probability to solidify into matter. If the intense desire you feel is signaling a timeline of immense wealth, that timeline is currently existing as pure energy in the quantum field. If you are longing for a partnership that brings deep fulfillment, that relationship already exists in energetic form. The field is neutral. It doesn't judge or prioritize. It simply holds every possible iteration of your life experience until your own consciousness selects one through sustained focus and belief. If you have recognized the power of your consciousness to shape your reality, tell us in the comments. What is the most significant reality shift you are aiming to create in the next 90 days? Share your vision and anchor it in the quantum field by declaring it here. The reason most desires feel difficult to manifest is that our conscious focus is often fractured. We spend time wishing for the new reality, but spend far more time fearing the old reality or focusing on the absence. By focusing on lack, we are continuously observing and thus collapsing the timeline where the lack persists, keeping us oscillating between two contradictory realities. To intentionally select the desired timeline, you must shift your vibrational observation entirely to the emotional signature of the fulfillment. This is the only language the quantum field understands. It responds not to your words of lack, but to the feeling frequency of already having. When you feel abundant, you select the timeline of abundance. Consider your mind as a sophisticated tuning dial connected directly to the quantum repository. Every thought is a dial adjustment, and every feeling is the strength of the signal lock. The intense feeling of desire should be used as confirmation that you are incredibly close to locking onto the frequency of that desired reality held in the field. The true work of manifestation, therefore, is maintaining the energetic state that matches the outcome, proving to the quantum field that you are a match for the reality you are seeking. When you operate from the feeling of I have, the quantum field obliges by delivering the physical evidence. Desire is not merely a thought or a wish. It is a powerful, energetic tether that connects your current self directly to the version of you who is enjoying the manifested outcome. This emotional pull is the universe's most reliable navigational system, operating outside the bounds of physical time and space. It functions as a vibrational bridge, stabilizing the connection between your present moment and the parallel timeline you intend to merge with. This emotional pull manifests as a profound, almost magnetic drawing force, the feeling that you must have this experience, that it is intrinsically linked to your destiny. This isn't desperation, it's destiny's alignment signal. The intensity is derived from the high frequency of the realized timeline, attempting to pull your lower frequency current self up to meet it. To leverage this connection, you must understand that the quality of the emotion is paramount. If the desire is rooted in lack, "I desperately need this to be happy," the vibrational bridge remains shaky and unstable. If the desire is rooted in certainty, "I know this is mine and I am already feeling the joy of having," the bridge solidifies, accelerating the transfer of energy and the convergence of realities. The emotional signature of your desired future self, the feeling of confidence, peace, freedom, or deep love, is the exact vibrational blueprint required for timeline merging. When you intentionally practice feeling those emotions now, you are essentially matching the energetic password needed to access the other reality. This is why visualization must be saturated with genuine emotion. The feeling is the engine that drives quantum shift. Desire acts as a powerful beacon, signaling to the universe that this particular reality is the one you are choosing to observe and inhabit. The stronger the emotional resonance you attach to that desire, the brighter the beacon shines, and the faster the corresponding reality shifts into your physical field of view. When you experience a sudden wave of intense optimism or certainty about a desire, this is the energetic pull working optimally. It is your parallel self momentarily overpowering the limiting beliefs of your current reality, injecting a surge of high-frequency energy into your system to remind you of what is already yours. We often resist intense desire because we fear the potential disappointment of absence, but by resisting the feeling, we sever the lifeline to the parallel timeline. The courageous act is to lean into the desire and consciously transmute the longing into certainty, using the intensity of the emotion as fuel for your alignment practice. If you can internalize that your emotions are not just reactions but powerful creative forces, you gain mastery over your reality. The emotion is not about what is happening now, it is about what you are calling in from the quantum field. Use the emotional pull of desire to feel your way into the life you already possess. Therefore, the key technique is emotional signature matching. Identify the core feeling of your manifested life and commit to embodying that feeling now. If the manifested life brings freedom, then find ways to feel freedom in your current circumstances, thus aligning your frequency perfectly with the parallel timeline. One of the most profound spiritual stumbling blocks is the conditioned belief that intense desire originates from intense lack. We are culturally trained to view strong yearning as proof that we are fundamentally deficient, requiring external factors to complete us. This misinterpretation is the single greatest obstacle to manifesting, as the frequency of lack actively repels the frequency of abundance. When desire is viewed through the lens of lack, it generates fear, anxiety, and a constant feeling of striving. This emotional state sends a powerful signal to the quantum field that you are affirming the reality where the desired object is missing. You inadvertently collapse the wave function that supports absence, creating a perpetuating cycle of want. The elite scriptwriter understands that true desire, the pure, uncorrupted spiritual yearning, is not a signal of absence. It is a signal of energetic proximity. It is the universe confirming the existence of the manifested reality, vibrating loudly enough for you to hear it. Desire, when correctly interpreted, is evidence of abundance, not a deficit. To shift this paradigm, you must intentionally reframe every feeling of intense longing. When the yearning hits, do not sink into the feeling of, "I don't have this," but rise into the feeling of, "This desire is so strong because the version of me who has it is so close." The desire is simply the energetic friction caused by the near overlap of two distinct realities. If this concept of desire as a powerful energetic memory resonates with you, please anchor this idea into the field by commenting the keyword memory below right now. This simple act of declaration helps solidify your conscious shift from lack to certainty. Mistaking desire for lack creates resistance. Resistance is the primary force that prevents timeline merging. When you desperately hold on to the desire, you are tightening your grip on the outcome, signaling distrust in the universe and reinforcing the belief that the manifestation must be forced. True alignment requires release and trust, knowing that the parallel timeline is already operating perfectly. The spiritual truth is that you are already whole and complete, and your desires are simply reflections of the innate, infinite abundance that is your birthright. When you stop using desire as a measuring stick for your current shortcomings and start using it as an energetic map, the manifestation process becomes immediate and effortless. Every time you feel the sharp edge of desire, use it as a trigger for gratitude. Be grateful for the intensity, recognizing it as proof of the reality that is already yours. Gratitude immediately raises your frequency from lack, which is low, to abundance, which is high, bridging the gap between the two timelines. This critical shift, from defining desire as evidence of what is, missing to defining it as proof of what is already possessed, is the difference between perpetual striving and effortless creation. The moment you embody the certainty that you are already complete, the physical manifestation must follow suit to match your new inner reality. Aligning with the timeline where your desire already exists is not about striving, it is about being. Since the fulfilled reality is already energetically present, your task is to shift your identity, perception, and emotional signature to match the frequency of the version of you who already possesses everything you are seeking. This involves several intentional, high-density techniques. Firstly, practice identity shifting techniques. Stop identifying with the version of yourself who wants the desire and start identifying with the version of yourself who has the desire. Ask, how does abundant me walk? How does fulfilled me speak? What decisions does peaceful me make? Embody those emotional and behavioral traits now. Wear the energetic cloak of the fulfilled version of yourself daily until the reality naturally converges to match the new identity you are projecting. Secondly, utilize visualization compression. Instead of long, drawn-out visualization sessions that focus on the steps, compress the visualization into a powerful 2-second energetic flash focused solely on the feeling of the outcome being complete. This short burst of certainty, repeated frequently, sends a powerful, clear signal to the quantum field, accelerating the timeline merge by focusing only on the finished state, removing any mental attachment to the how. Thirdly, master emotional signature matching. This is the consistent effort to maintain the exact emotional frequency of the desired outcome. If you are manifesting financial freedom, the signature is not excitement, but deep, unshakable security and peace. Whenever a thought of lack surfaces, immediately recalibrate your emotional GPS to the frequency of security. This maintains a steady, unwavering vibrational bridge to the manifested timeline. If you are finding immense value in this deep dive into quantum reality and timeline shifting, please show your support for this work. Go ahead and hit the like button on this video right now to help us spread this powerful message to more conscious creators. Fourthly, commit to grounded presence practices. True alignment requires anchoring the high-frequency reality into your present moment. This means being fully present in your current physical body, acknowledging the current reality without judgment, and simultaneously holding the certainty of the parallel reality. Alignment is the merging of the ideal self with the physical self, not the escapism from the physical self. The timeline shift often occurs not with a dramatic boom, but with a subtle internal click of certainty. You will notice that you no longer worry about the outcome because internally you already know it is done. This internal knowing is the confirmation that the two realities have merged and the physical manifestation is now inevitable. The most difficult technique is maintaining emotional neutrality regarding the outcome. When you can look at the physical world's lack of evidence and say, I know it exists in the parallel timeline, and I don't need this reality to confirm it for me yet, you have mastered the art of non-attachment. This neutrality signals absolute trust to the universe. Remember, you are the observer and the selector. The moment you shift your internal frequency to match the energetic version of you who is fulfilled, the physical universe has no choice but to reorganize itself to reflect that truth. The world outside must bend to match the world within. This is the ultimate secret of effortless manifestation. The work is complete in the quantum field. Your only remaining assignment is to step into the identity of the person who is already one. We have explored the radical concept that intense desire is not a cruel joke from the universe, but rather an energetic memory, proof that the fulfillment you seek already exists in a parallel timeline. The intensity of your longing is merely the powerful friction between your current physical frequency and the higher realized frequency of your parallel self. By shifting your perception of desire from a signal of lack to an evidence of proximity, you dissolve the resistance that prevents immediate manifestation. The universe is not waiting to create for you. It is waiting for you to recognize what is already created. By understanding that all potential realities are stored in the quantum field and that your consciousness is the powerful selector, you reclaim your authority as a conscious creator. Your emotional signature is the key to this selection process, acting as the vibrational bridge that stabilizes the link between your present self and your fulfilled self. The path to merging these realities is paved with intentional identity shifts, emotional signature matching, and grounded certainty. When you cease striving to create the outcome and begin simply embodying the person who already possesses it, the physical universe effortlessly aligns to reflect your inner truth. You are not waiting for the universe. The universe is waiting for you to decide which version of reality you choose to inhabit now. Take a moment to reflect on these profound insights. Which of your desires feels the most intense right now? And how can you reinterpret that intensity as a memory of success? How can you step into the identity of your fulfilled self today? Share your thoughts and commitments in the comments below. Your declaration solidifies your intention in the field. If this perspective has empowered you to look at your desires in a completely new light, please share this script with someone who needs this message of abundance. And, if you haven't already, ensure you are subscribed to our channel so you never miss a deep dive into spiritual mastery and quantum reality. Your desired reality is not coming, it is already here. Go claim it.